Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Matt, and I do like video games. And in today's video, we're here not on the Xbox Series S, but instead on Steam Deck to take a look at Echo Point Nova. Oh, by the way, I want to start this. Shout out to my buddy Hard Days Mike because he knew I was looking forward to this game. I really, really, really loved the last game that this developer made. A game called Severed Steel, launched originally on PC, eventually came to consoles, Xbox, PlayStation. I believe it's also on Switch as well, or at least I'd be surprised if it wasn't on Switch as well. But that game is phenomenal. Love it. Just a really high action FPS game. In fact, I did a video on Severed Steel on Series S here on the channel, so you can check that out as well. I'll probably leave a link to that in the description if you want to look at it. But this is Echo Point Nova. We are on Steam Deck. And I mentioned shout out to my buddy Hard Days Mike, and I didn't get around to why. But my buddy Hard Days Mike gifted me this game on Steam, so thank you very much for that, Mike. We're in the graphics options right here. You can see we're at 1280 by 720. That's because I am on a monitor right now. So instead of running it at the Steam Deck's native resolution, which is 800p, I think, or at least on the LCD model that I have, it's 800p. I think on the OLED, it's 1080p. But we're running it at 1280 by 720. The graphic settings are set pretty modestly. I mean, it is the Steam Deck, and this is what it defaults to, so I'm not going to mess with any of it. The only thing I did mess with was I turned up my FOV to 105 because I like my FOV at 105 in FPS games. But we're going to get right into the game. And the last game from this developer, Severed Steel, which I mentioned earlier, runs great on Steam Deck. In fact, it is Steam Deck verified. I played a little bit of this on Steam Deck. I'd be surprised if this doesn't end up verified shortly. I know it did just come out, so right now it still says it's technically unsupported. But I wouldn't be too surprised if this ended up being verified pretty shortly because, spoiler alert, it runs pretty solid on the Steam Deck. Oh crap, I almost fell off the map as soon as I started. Alright, where do I go? Oh, that's right. I don't think I have an objective right now. I think I just need, well, I need to get 16 beacons, and right now I have 13. So we're just going to start this fight here. And this game is like, if you played Severed Steel at all, it's kind of the same formula on a much bigger scale. It's an open world, a very big open world with different biomes and everything. And, oh crap, that was almost bad. I almost choked that. Big open world with different biomes and everything. Very, very fast paced. Whereas I would say Severed Steel's a bit slower paced, just because there's a huge emphasis on bullet time in Severed Steel, and there's still bullet time in this game, by the way. In fact, I'll show it off here in a second. But there's not a big emphasis on it like there is in Severed Steel. Though it is still here, and it is still very cool. Also, just like Severed Steel, the music in this game is phenomenal. But you can see, in this fight, it's running very, very well. I know there are some points in the game when you're really pushing the hardware on the Steam Deck where it will drop. I think the lowest I've seen it get was like a pretty consistent 30 FPS. And that was in the middle of a boss fight, by the way, so it's kind of the worst case scenario. But even then, it was, like I said, a consistent 30 FPS. It wasn't like super juddery and bad frame pacing and everything. It was a pretty solid 30. But right now, you can see we're hanging out at around the 60 FPS mark. Hey, we got it. You see, once we beat that level there, it dropped really quick. I feel like it was just kind of the influx of everything on the screen at once, but it dropped down to like the mid 40s. But you can see we're right back up to 60 FPS. It's running nice and smooth. This game is awesome. And I'll tell you what, it reminds me, and I might get flack for saying this. It reminds me a little bit of Halo Infinite. Not in the sense of the story. I know Halo Infinite story is a whole big production. I wouldn't compare this, story-wise to Halo Infinite. But in terms of like how I played that campaign, obviously you play the campaign in Halo for the story, but a huge thing in Halo Infinite for me was that even if I didn't want to play the story, even if I just wanted to hop on for a little bit and kind of explore and kill some enemies, it was perfect for that. And that's what I love so much about this game is I just hop on, I kill enemies, and I have a good time. I'll turn on some music, I'll listen to a podcast, I'll burn some time. If I'm in bed before bed, I'll turn this on and I'll play it. I'll play it for like an hour and just have a blast. And that's one of the things I really, really loved about Halo Infinite's campaign was it was one of those things that you could just turn on and have fun with it. Oh shit. This game is really good at giving you the tools to make your fuck ups look really cool. I feel like in most games with what I just did, I would have just flung myself clean off the map and died instantly. But on this game, I have a surfboard and I just grinded the wall and grappled myself back in. I was about to say that should definitely kill you, bud. Those guys thought they had me, but absolutely not. Oh, another one. I'm kind of surprised the FPS didn't tank right there. For all that's going on the screen right now, it's holding up pretty well. Like a lot better than I honestly probably thought it would. There we go. Oh, I saw the FPS dip to 29. And then we're right back up. Oh my god, they just keep dropping max on me. Oh man. There we go. Whoa, what am I stuck on? Oh crap, there's a giant. Okay. Another mech. Oh, get out of here. Need some ammo. I almost died there. That would have been very uncool. Oh, reload. There we go. We got him. Let's go. Max health increase. That's pretty good. All right, that's a good spot to end the video, because otherwise I could just keep playing this all day, and that's not what I need to do when I'm recording a video. But this is Echo Point Nova running on Steam Deck. As you can see, it runs pretty damn well. I would say for the most part, you're in the 40 to 60 FPS range. When it gets really, really, really taxing, which you didn't see in this video too often, but I remember, like I said earlier in the video, I did a boss fight on here, a very big boss fight, and it was running at about 30 FPS, and it was a consistent 30 FPS. It wasn't like super stuttery and laggy. It was a pretty consistent 30 FPS, but it does dip to 30 FPS in really intensive spots. But for the most part, entirely playable on the Steam Deck, and I wouldn't be too surprised if it ended up getting verified here in the next month or so once it actually goes through the whole process and whatnot. But leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you're thinking about the game. Have you played it? Do you plan on playing it? All that fun stuff. Leave that down below in the comments. Leave a like if you like the video, and if you're enjoying this kind of content and you want to stay up to date with it going forward over here on the channel, the best way to do that is consider subscribing. Consider ringing that notification bell, because that helps you stay up to date with everything that happens here on the channel, and helps promote me in the algorithm, helps push the videos out to way more people, and I always, always, always appreciate that. With that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.